It was essentially an unfinished metal structure gutted by artillery, train tracks, and locomotives that called to mind the railroad built by Stanley. Cassava fields, cut-rate hotels, greasy spoons, bordellos, Pentecostal churches, bakeries, and noise engineered by men of all generations and nationalities combined.
Hang yourself, defecate, blaspheme, fall into infatuation, and thieve without regard to prying eyes. Indeed, an air of connivance hung around the place.
The seeds of resistance movements, all wars of liberation sprouted at the station between two locomotives.
The most popular city-state, the most popular joint in the entire city-state was situated adjacent to Northern Station. At night, tourists who blew into town from the four corners of the earth would come to Tram 83.
See Tram 83 and die!
The sign on the door states, entry inadvisable for the poor, for the wretched, the uncircumcised, historians, archaeologists, cowards, psychologists, the insolvent, and all you young souls younger than the age of 14. Not forgetting the elected members of the 12th House, penniless diggers, politicians of the Second Republic, the know-it-alls, and snitches.
You got time?
How far now?
We welcome men, women, children, baby chicks, baby mamas with big, massive melon breasts, and tourists, yes, tourists of all types.
Buy one, get one free.
This town is wretchedness. Miners with their stinky, stale breath. Indecent women walking on the streets. Students on strike. Professors selling their lecture notes. Intellectuals reeking of salted fish. Streetwalkers, night crawlers, child soldiers, organ dealers, and honorary degrees in sex, corruption, drugs, and embezzlement.
I'm the one who brought the writer to this town. I got him out of back country, picked him from the station and gave him a place to stay. I feed him, I buy him his newspapers daily. I thought he would learn something, land on his feet, make it on his own, thrive. This town is no place for pussies.
What do you do for a living, sweetheart?
I'm a history teacher.
Really? Aren't you ashamed?
Why?
History is a waste of energy. We live in the present.
Well, I'm not only a historian, I'm also a writer.
Young man, you're looking at Ferdinand Moringo. I am the director of Joy Train Publications. What are you working on right now?
Right now, I am working on a stage tale that considers this country from a historical perspective. It's most likely to be staged in Europe. I believe that literature deserves a pride of place in the shaping of our history, don't you say?
I quite agree with you. I believe we have enough poverty, squalor, and syphilis, and violence in African literature. Look around you. There's so much beauty around us, yet main characters in African novels are often neurotic, helpless, homeless, cashless. So you know what? I'm actually going to stage a reading of your works. Imagine, Joy Train Publication presents, what was the name of your book?
Africa, the Possibility. Lumumba, the Fallen Angel, or the Pestle Mortal Years.
I forbid it.
What?
I forbid you to publish his work.
By what right?
By the right that I'm the reason he's here in town. I got a bastard out of the back country and brought him here. So he's now under my guardianship.
My friend, I believe you're quite mad.
Yes. Every human has two cables in their head. One blue, one yellow. 3/4 of humanity has lost the blue cable. So, of course, if you're so eager to publish his work, all right, I'm so open to some sort of arrangement. $5,000 fee for authorization to publish is accepted. However, that does not include my absolving him of attempting to steal my wife. Rule number 67, the mighty are crushed the mighty. The mighty defecate into the mouths of the weak sequestrate the weaker do each other in, and then split.
This man joined the army without letting anyone know. He didn't even say a word to his own wife. I went to see him at the city headquarters to let him know that his wife was having a rough time. His wife, Jacqueline, had no money for rent, no cash, and nothing at all to feed his own son. He asked
I
that
ordered for him to be given a thorough beating and then incarcerated, to teach him to stick his nose out of other people's business. Besides, my wife, Jacqueline, had already moved into your place.
Requiem of the New World. Local boy, a.k.a. Al Pacino, a.k.a. Bertolt Brecht, a.k.a. Man of Discernment.
Hey.
Obama, the only legitimate son of Sunday Akiata, the man. I didn't do it.
I hate men who waste virility in a place like this. Here, the guys look you straight in the eye and tell you your voice gives them goose pimples. See them, they tell you what to do. Everywhere, waiting.
Waiting like one waits for Christ.
Yeah. Hey, go check your papa's watch. Who has the time when there's work? I work in the health sector.
That's his standard line. Meanwhile, nobody in the whole of City States knows exactly what he does for a living, except for kidnapping, of course. He comes home every night with a substantial amount of money. Sometimes he comes home bleeding like a sponge. Other times, he comes home stark naked, saying things like
I must pay this Greek ship owner $5,765,000 in 2 mornings' times. What to do?
What the hell is he planning to do with that kind of money? The man has never even seen the inside of a 3-piece suit.
I hate jerks who do not want to do real job. The government does not provide shit. So I do not know why this puppy insists on his useless set of principles. Write an epic poem about the hairstyle of the president's wife, and they will give him a house. Hey, puppy, coward. Write a novel about the president's childhood, and then they will appoint you Minister of Agriculture and Bovine Farming. There is no lack of opportunities for seasoned writers. Besides, it's the intellectuals who have destroyed the country.
On the subject of intellectuals, I've actually read the first half of your novel. It's quite impressive, although you have a whole lot of characters milling about aimlessly. I think you need to make some changes. I like the words and I like the humor, but I think you need to reduce the characters from 20 to 10.
But sir, these characters are...
Would you like some company? I'm sensitive.
Go away!
Listen, African literature is not as exotic as it was 400 years ago. You need to rewrite the story and let it roll out in a country like Colombia. And then you rework the characters and you make sure you understand their trials and tribulations, you put your guts into it, and you give them life.
Beautiful. You know what? I think it will now cost you $10,000 to publish his writing. Hey, I offer no explanation.
Enough!
Yeah! Whoa! Baby jọ̀wọ́ kò má lọ. Ọmọdé ń ṣe mí, bàbá mi dá. Tó bá behave, máa gbé ẹ sáyà. Máa wá fìfẹ́ tútù sọ́kàn rẹ o. Bàbá jọ̀wọ́ kò má lọ.
In the beginning was a diva, and her freight train voice. Oh, that voice, that voice, that voice. We are the sons of the earth and of the railroad. It's every man for himself and shit for all.